is. Okay, the concept of stack is, before starting with the stack, you must have a knowledge of data structures, what data structure is, because stack is a part of data structure. So your basic concept should be, what is concept of data structure? You must have heard about the concept of DSA while appearing for an interview or a class 12 student. So data structure is what? Data structure algorithm is what? Basically data structure, when we talk about data structure is, I'm just going to write in a very brief so that no wastage of time. Data structure is way to store, to organize. When we say to organize and to access or assess, how you are pronouncing, that is your choice, access data efficiently. Okay, when we talk about data structure, that means in our programming, like in class 12 and other BTech or BCA or any technical degrees, we are using Python programming for the data structures and all for programming purpose. So in Python, that means which type of things are there, we can call it as they are data structure. So string in Python is a data structure. List, you must have worked in class 11th, or any student who is watching this video, they must have done the list. If not, just put that in comment. I'll make sure that that should be of one particular video. So list, tuple, or you can watch the other videos, they are there. So set, I have uploaded the one video for set also. So string, list, tuple, and set. So they are the data structures. Data structures means they are going to store the data in Python. Okay. When we talk about other data structures which are available, because today's lecture is based on not on the string, not on the list, not on the tuple, it's on the stack. So what exactly the stack is? So other data structures, when we talk about, the data structures are categorized under two types of data structures. One is called as linear data structure, and another is called as non-linear. If you are aware, that's very good. This is again an interview question. They can ask you this question, and they can ask you this question in examinations also. Linear, non-linear. Linear means the way we are putting the data in a sequential, one after the another. That means, like for example, we talk about the linear data structures array. You must have heard about arrays. When we talk about linear, that is a linked list. Another one is, we can talk about, okay, linear. When we talk about linear, there is one more type that is called as stack. I write here first, and then I talk about this binary tree. Stack and the queues, they are again a linear data structures. When we talk about non-linear data structure, so binary tree or any other tree we can say, and there is a concept of graphs, right? So when we complete these four and these two, so that means we have completed our DSA, that is data structure algorithms, right? So when we talk about if the elements are arranged, that is all about arrangement. If the elements are arranged in a sequential manner, so when we talk about the arrays or any other data structure which are sequentially, then we say they are linear data structures, and stack is the most popular linear data structure. When we talk about stack, that means in stack, what we are going to put one, we are going to put the data one after the another. If you have seen any, for example, if you are going for a party, or you must have seen the plates one after the another. So this is a type of, you can say, stack, pile of plates. We can give an example of pile of plates, right? Or you are visiting a library, there you can see the pile of books over there. So these are the pile of books. So we can say it's a stack. Stack means what? Stack is a concept where insertion and deletion is from the same end, and that is called as top. So that means if I'm adding some elements, if there are 2, 3, 4, and I just want to add, so I have to add here, then 3, then 4, and if I have to delete the element from this, I need to delete it from the top. So 4 will be deleted first, then 3 will be deleted, then 2 will be deleted. So this is the concept of stack. And sometimes we say LIFO, that is a list. That means what? L for the last, not for the list, so sorry, last in, first out, isn't it? So first you should know these concepts, then it is very easy for us to go with the practical things of it. So this is called as stack. Stack means when we are going to put the elements which are, for example, this is a array, or this is a storage where we want to put some element. For example, I'm pushing some 2, then 3, then 4, and I just want to delete it. There will be only 2 operations, insertion and deletion, and they will be on the same end, right? And that's the thing when we say there is a one concept called as push and one concept is called as pop. So push and pop, that means when we are inserting some element, then we say it's a push, and when we are removing some element, then it says it's a pop. So this is all about what is stack exactly. Now the next concept in your book is that what are the different applications of the stack, in real examples, how we can say, okay, this is what. So we can say stack of books, isn't it? We can say stack of cloths, stack of chairs, stack of anything, we can put it like that. And in programming applications, when we talk about, for example, we are pressing an undo button or a redo whenever we are doing some applications. So these operations are, with the help of stack. When we talk about browser back button, so we are saying back. So this is a type of, stack. When we say reverse a string, there is a one particular string and we are going to reverse it, right? And which will be with the help of stack, definitely with the help of stack. Now the question is, what are the different operations which are going to perform? As we discussed, there is one operation push and one operation is pop. So these are the both functions which are there in the Python which we can go with. So push is for, we are not saying insertion in case of link, in case of stack. Remember this. These are the terminologies which are related to the stack. You don't have to say insertion. Whenever you are talking about stack in an interview or in your examination, they are not going to ask you insertion in a stack. They are going to use this term that is push. So push means it's always and always for insertion, and pop means it's always and always is for remove, right? Now if you take an example of insertion and pop, for example, and there is a one particular terminology that is called as top, or sometimes it is called as top of the stack, or TOS, we can call it like that. And initially it has to initialize as a -1. That means if we are putting some elements in an array, if I take this is an array, so index will be at -1, because we know that array always starts with a 0. So array should be -1. This is one thing whenever you are doing the practical of it. But in Python, we need not to worry about most of the things, because maximum functions are inbuilt. We need not to go with the convention, like we were working in C programming or like C++. So we don't have to bother about the functions, because there are inbuilt functions, right? So okay, so just we want to see how stack is exactly working in the behind the scene. So for example, there are some elements 11, 12, 13, 15, or 9 or 6. I want to insert them in a stack. So how I can push them. So these are the elements. So I have to take an array or a list where I can append them. So first it will be in -1. Internally behind the scene, it will check whether it's an empty. If it is an empty, yes, it has to push. So then TOS will be in the 0. Now next time when it has to insert, then 11 will be in the bottom, and when I have to insert 12, so 12 will be here, but TOS will be increased. In the similar manner, when I have to insert the next element 11, then the 12, then 13, so TOS will be here. So it has to check whether it is completed or not. So you can see, so always it will be in the one after the another. So if I have to insert one more element here, for example 15, so 11 will be, then 12 will be, then 13 will be, then 15. In the similar manner, 9, the rest of the things will be one by one. So 11, then the 12, then the 13, then 15, and then okay, here 9. So now TOS will be here. After that 11, then 12, then 13, then 15, and then 9, and then the 6, and this will be the TOS now. So your stack is full, because all the elements are inserted now, and the condition for the full is that now my limit is over, and now I can't insert into it, but I can pop it. Pop it means this is the which operation? This is a push operation. We can't call it insert. This is a push operation. In the similar manner, if I have to pop it, so I have to pop from the top. So that means if I just go with the pop operation, so what I have to go with? So pop will be from the top. So if I want to pop 6, so TOS will be here, and now the elements are 11, 12, 13, 15, and the 9. Next time when I have to pop, so 11, 12, 13, 15, 9 will not be there. Again, if I have to pop, so 11, 12, 13, oh, 13 will be here, 15, no, it's already there, so 13, so TOS. In the similar manner, 11, 12, and you pop 13, now TOS will be here. So in the similar manner, 11 will be here, the TOS, and then if you are popping it, so TOS is at -1. Now your stack is again empty, and now you will be able to insert it. But this deletion will be a particular terminology that is called as pop. So this should be clear in your mind. What is TOS, that is top of the stack, and what is the condition for the empty? That means sometimes in an interview they can ask you when the stack is at -1 and when the stack is at reach at the level where we can't insert, that is your final condition. So these are the both things for the insertion when the stack is empty and when the stack is full. So there are two terminologies for it. So when we say stack is empty, that terminology is called as underflow. And when we talk about the stack is full, so we say it's overflow. Again, in interview level questions and in your examinations also for the class 12, underflow and overflow. That means when underflow, that means when it's -1, and overflow when the stack is full, right? So this is the thing which you have to always remember of. How you are going to work in Python. So in Python, you can just declare a variable as a stack, and you can declare it as a list. So we know we have already worked with a list earlier. So you can declare a variable stack and just put a blank one, and then you can just create a function for the stack. And if you want to check whether it's empty, whether it's full, so you can just go with the isEmpty function, and you just try to execute with the len function is there for the length function, and very easy. But if you have to insert and if you have to put it, so nothing new about it, because we know whenever we are working with the stack variable, and if it is as a type of list, so you can just directly go with this stack dot append. So append is a function which is going to work with for the insertion, for the push purpose. Okay, we know that. Don't waste the time on typing and all. So we know that. And if we have to delete it, nothing to do with. If you just put stack dot, so if you have gone with all the list wala concept, if not, just go with that. So there is a one particular function that is called as pop, and pop will be always removing the top element from the list. So in this way, you can just remove the top element from it. So I think this is clear for us to work with the concept of stacks, how exactly stack is going to work with, isn't it? So in this is clear. Now in the next, we are going to cover the concept of arithmetic expressions, notations for the stack. That means which will cover Polish notation, which will cover infix to postfix, and which will cover all the other things, which will cover postfix expressions, evaluation and all, which are very important for your interviews and for your examination. Arithmetic, we say arithmetic expression notation. Very important concept. Okay, so I'm going to give you a very easy method to go with all the things. So there are three basically expressions generally. One is called as infix, another is called as prefix, and the third one is called as postfix. We all know that. For example, if I say a plus b, that will be infix, and when I say plus ab, that will be prefix, and when I say ab plus, that will be postfix. When we talk about this plus AB, sometimes it is called as polish notation. Remember this thing. This is called as polish notation. And when we talk about this AB plus, this is called as reverse polish. So this is again an interview level question and in your examinations. What is difference between polish notation and reverse polish? So you have to remember of that. Okay. So in this way, you are going to go with the infix, prefix and postfix. So for example, if I say there is one more example, A plus B plus C. This is one particular example. Which type of this is? Now it is clear for you, infix. And if I say plus star A, B, C. So this will be prefix. And when I say A, B star C plus, this will be postfix. Now in your mind, there will be one particular question. That, ma'am, that is fine. A plus B plus C, we know that. But how you have converted this prefix or postfix expression in it? So yes, definitely we are going to go with infix to postfix expressions. So because this is a very, very important concept, infix to postfix. How exactly we are going to go with infix to postfix? My handwriting is not too good because computer science students and computer science, persons have, it's not a good handwriting. I believe that. So, okay. So infix to postfix. Now concentrate on the steps. So step number 1 is what? We are going to create an empty stack, right? So one step is what? We are going to create an empty. So I'm going to give you an example and then we are going to one by one how we are going to go with the things. Okay. So one example is A plus B and I'm going to very easily convert it. A plus B. So the first step is to initialize the stack, that whether it's empty or not. Okay. Then we have to put something in it. So what we are going to put one by one. We are saying symbol here. Then we say what is the action to perform? What is the stack to take and where the postfix will be. Very easy. So what is the symbol for first? This opening wala. We have to push it to stack. This is the first step. Push it. If the symbol is your any operator or anything else, you have to push it. And if it is you can say operand A, B or C, you have to add to postfix. This thing you have to remember, right? This is one thing. Next thing is whenever you are getting any opening and closing, so then you have to pop till this opening. We will see one by one. Okay, quickly. So I'm just going to, I just wrap this first and properly, as I told you, my handwriting is not too good, so I need to clearly mention here. So what was the example? A plus B, then I'm saying star C. So this is symbol. What will be the symbol here? I'm making a tabular so that it will be easy for you to grab. Then I say what will be there in the stack and then I say what will be the postfix. One by one. First rule is that just take this one by one. A. Action is you have to push to stack, definitely to stack. We are not going to write it. In the stack, it will be this. In expression, nothing, because we are not going to put it in a postfix. Then A is there. Whether we have to put in the stack, no. So what we have to go with, we have to add it to postfix. This we will going to write, right? So whether there will be anything here, no, only this, and here we are going to add it. Okay. What is the next step? We are going to use plus sign. So plus is an operator. So if plus is an operator, whether it has to push to the stack, yes. So we will say push it. Where it has to be pushed, plus sign. And whether what is here, A only. Then again, after plus, what is the next sign? B. So whether we have to go here, no. What we have to say, add to postfix. Very easy. Easy trick. So now plus again and B will be here with A and then B, because in postfix result it will be like this. Okay, great. Then what is closing? Then what in the closing what we will go with? As I have told you, when the closing will be there, whether in the braces or parenthesis, so it has to pop till the opening wala, right? It has to pop until. So we will say pop it until this wala. So it has to pop. So nothing will be here. But what is the operator here? Plus. It has to add with the postfix. Okay, very easy. Now after it, there is one particular sign, that is star. Star is an operator. So it has to push to the stack. Very good. So it will be in the stack. Here it will be again A plus, AB plus. And what is rest? C. ABC. So C is a operand, not an operator. So nothing will be pushed in the stack. It will be add to postfix. So whether there will be anything here, there will be anything here. No, there will be again a star. Nothing. A, B plus there will be C. Okay. Now the last will be whatever there is in the stack at the end, it has to pop and it has to add to the expression. So what will be star? Very easy, very quick. So in this way, you can go with any infix to postfix. This is an expression which is definitely going to, ask in the examinations and all, how you are going to convert infix to postfix conversion. And this is called as infix to postfix conversion. I'm just briefly going to write the steps of it. What are the steps? The first step, very quick step. The first step is what? You have to create an empty stack. And second is you have to read the expression from left to right. Okay, this is one thing. And next, if it is an operand, there are two things, A plus B. So these are operands. Remember this thing. And this is an operator, right? If it is an operand, then you have to add to output. That's it. This is a trick. Then operator, if it is an operator, then you have to push. Where it has to be pushed to the stack. That is definitely because these terminologies are related to the stack. If it is a right bracket or right parenthesis, then it has to pop until the left bracket. Very easy. And at the end, whatever the operators are remaining, you have to pop them from the stack and then add to the result. Very easy, right? So that's the reason when we say A plus B and the star C, it gives us AB plus C star, right? So in the similar manner, there is one more thing that is very, very important for your examination, that is called as postfix. Oh, my pen is not working. So postfix expression evaluation. Again, very, very easy, and it's definitely for the students who are in a class 12 or in a BTech, BCA. This is an exam question, and it is definitely going to, they are going to ask you this question. Postfix expression evaluation. How you are going to evaluate? So what is the step? First, you have to read that expression. This is one step. Then if it is an operand, now again the case of operand, then you have to push. This time operand has to push. First time in the previous there was operator to push. Now here operand has to push, and if operator is there, just note it down, then you have to pop two values. Whatever the values are there, you have to pop them. That's it. Then you have to perform whatever the operation is there, you have to perform that. Okay, and then result has to be back pushed in the stack so that we can read. Okay, it's little bit of theory and theory. No, we are going to perform it with the example quickly. Okay, so we will see how it is there and what is the type of evaluation. So if I say 7, 8, 2 star 4 slash plus, it's very, if I'm taking 2, 3 star, we know that 3 2s are 6. So it will be very simple example. We're just taking a complicated one. Okay, so how exactly it is going to? Very step by step. What it says, if it is an operand, then it has to be. So 7 has to pop, push, then what will be, okay, read the postfix expression. So we are going to read it. So first will be what? 7, then I'm putting what? 8, then what? Then 2, and then star. This is the step. So read the postfix expression if operand. So if operand is this, if the expression is having an operand, then push to the stack. So I am going to push it here, and when the star is an operator here, remember, star is an operator, this is not here to, push. I'm so sorry. I just, whenever the star is there, what is the algorithm? Algorithm says, this is an algorithm that you have to pop the two values. So I'm going to pop them, and then you have to evaluate on the basis of this operator. So what will be the first step? 8 into 2, that will be 16. Okay. Now, very good. I evaluated it. Great. So evaluate, perform the operation, push back to the stack. So now if I just go with the stack, this is 7. Now it has to be pushed. So 16 will be again, and now again it will read the expression. What is next? Next is 4. So it has to push. If you just go with this, it has to push, right? Just do yourself with me. So 4. Now again there is a slash sign. That means now when the slash sign is there, 16 will be popped, 4 will be popped. And what is the operation? It is slash. That means 16 divided by 4. So what will be the answer? 4 will be the answer. Again it has to be pushed. Very good. So 7 and then 4. And then what is next? Operator, that is plus. It is not an operand. So plus, so whether it has to be pushed? No. So it will take the two values according to, just rewind the video and just carefully listen to the algorithm. So 7 and 4, it has to pop the two values. So 4 and 7. What is an operator? Operator is here plus sign, not the star, not the multiply. It's a plus sign. So what we are going to? 4 plus 7, that is 11, right? So now for this expression, that is 7, 8, 2 multiplied by 4 slash, and I think the last one is what? Last one, if you all remember what was the value? 782 star 4 slash and plus, right? So how it is going to execute? 8 multiplied by 2 first, it will give 16. Then 16 divided by 4, it is going to give 4. 7 then is 7 plus 4, and it is going to give 11. And now in the stack, again result has to be pushed, that is 11. And when I have to read the value, I have to pop it, and answer will be 11 is the value for it, right? So this is the result. This is how you are going to go with the stack concept. For the class 11 students, if you are going to go with your chapter, so we have covered all the things. See, these are the examples we have covered, these are the applications we have covered, operations of the stack, push and pop, we cover all the things, implementation we cover and all. And then you can just try out these examples in your, we will make one video on that also, don't worry about it. So then the notation of arithmetic and expression, see now it will be easy for you people to go with these things, conversion of expression. So too easy it is. It seems to be difficult, but when you learn like this, it is very, very easy to cover all these things and to clear your examinations. If you really find this useful, please share with your friends, subscribe my channel, so that it will really encourage me to make such type of content.